Hello, everyone. It's your host, Ada J, and this is She's All About the Talk. Now, I started this podcast because I'm someone who's looked upon, someone who's pushed to the shadows, someone who no one really cares about. They just think, oh, she's smart, she's this, I'm gonna come to her for answers, but then never talk to her again. I wanted to be an advocate of those who never got to put their voice out there, who never really stepped up into the light and be the big ball of joy that they are. I want those people to come out and just be them. This is the place for them to be comfortable, for them to finally smile and say, I am someone who's going to be out here, and not to be someone else's shadow anymore, to not be looked upon. Now, today I was going to talk about first generation things because I am a first generation of my family. But then I got to thinking, I want to talk about what everybody wants to talk about, what most people are going through right now, and it is this quarantine life. This quarantine life has been something that's been tremendous. A wrecking ball. An experience that no one will ever forget. This has made it in the history books. Rona could say, hey girl, I'm here for life, and get a trophy because she's taking over. And I just want to say, no one was prepared for this. We just jumped into this pool head first. We didn't even get to dip our toes in the water first. No. We just got pushed into our house and people said, don't come outside. I just wanted to be like, what? This is our life. How are we going to be pushed inside of the houses and not be outside? Outside is where we belong. We need that sunlight. We didn't turn into full-on vampires now. And I mean, yeah, we can't go outside now a little, but we still walking on eggshells because it's like, dang, somebody coughed, oh, they got it. Or somebody sneezed, oh, they got it too. Like, we are really stuck in a wonders of who really got it, because it's like, first you got the symptoms, so it's like, oh, so you do have it, but now you have no symptoms, so it's like, who has it for real? Because I mean, not gonna lie, me saying right here right now, I could be like, shoot, I got corona, but no one will ever know because I have no symptoms. I mean, how do y'all feel about this quarantine? Do y'all think it's better? Because especially for high schoolers, we just go and we're like, shoot, we're so tired of high school. We just want it to end. I mean, dang, you get a little break, push it to the side a little. If we get this extended break in first, we're like, okay, we don't have to go to school. We can just relax and be, calm down. But then all of a sudden, this quarantine got extended more and more and more. And they said, oh, you're doing school online now. And we're like, hold on, see, this not what we asked for when we said we wanted a break. We didn't say we wanted all this. No. But, then they're like, you're doing school online and you got people like, how we finna learn online? Because me being honest, I cannot learn online. It might be easy, but it's like, I'm still dumb in the brain. Like, it's horrible. And I know the parents out there shouting and rioting. Like, these kids need to get back in school. because they know they want that break. Because, yes, we might be some good kids, but not everybody good. Everybody has different personalities. Let me say that. Everyone has different personalities, and their parents are ready to kick them out on the street. I mean, my parents are. Like, I might be someone good, but my mama don't want to see my face all the time. And then let's say teenagers who are out here, like, working through the virus, working through quarantine. They're getting their money. They feeling happy, Got that independence going on. But it's still unsafe for them. So it's like they're putting their lives in risk. But I mean, hey, you want that money? Go get it, sis. But it's like so many people are really just like they don't know what to do. Because let me tell you this, you could be on quarantine and be like, okay, this is time for me to catch up with my shows, catch up with this and catch up with that. But then it's like you watching Netflix and then you didn't watch every last little thing on Netflix. You might not be an anime person, but you didn't watch all the anime shows. You might not be into the foreign language shows and movies, but you didn't watch all of them. And then we have our regular shows, and you watched all those too. So then it's like, what we got left to watch? So it's nothing left. We just sitting here like, what can we do? Like, there's nothing for us to do. And we just like, we'll move on to the next app. So then everybody posting on Instagram, posting on Snapchat, posting on every social media they have. But that start getting on too, because you don't want to keep seeing nobody else's life. It's like, yes, it's like, okay, it's entertaining. Like, what you doing over there, girl? Or what you doing over there, bro? But you don't want to keep seeing them. You just don't want, because then they start posting dumb stuff like this and that. But let's not get into the dumb stuff people post. But overall, the quarantine is just something that has taken over our lives, that has really changed people. But the quarantine has really shown everybody something in this world, because we can all say without a doubt that this quarantine has shown everybody something about themselves. We've done a lot of self-improvement and more. It really shows you who's really there for you and who's not. Because when we see someone every day outside and more in different places, it's like, okay, hey girl, hey dude, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, when you quarantine, you can't see that person anymore. You can't do any of the stuff that you used to do. So it's like the only way is to FaceTime that person, or like just text that person. And then you start to see who really distant themselves, who really not you. Because you have a bond with someone, just because you're quarantined, that don't mean you're going to lose it. But it shows who really has that bond with you. And it started to make you like reflect on yourself. Like, who am I as a person? Who do you want to be so far? Do you really want these people in your life? Do you want to keep dealing with the fakeness and the foolishness and putting yourself down on a lower level when you know you're not on that level? You much more higher than that. And you finally come to see, like, this is what I want to be. This is something I want to get out of my life. Everybody who's going into new grades, who maybe finally graduated high school, kudos to y'all, and moving on to college life. Everything works for a reason. Even if you're not doing nothing with your life, you still think on it like, I could get up one day and lose it all. So you finally think like, I need to do something with my life. And I think that was one of the reasons why I started this podcast, because yes, I might be young, I might not be so far into the future, but I mean, why can't you start your career now? Why can't you start doing things that you like to do now? And I mean, that's what everybody's been doing this quarantine. I can honestly say people actually put their brains to it and started to work. They started to be entrepreneurs and start selling things on their own. Like, even if it's little things like lashes, lip gloss, candy, anything. But these people are actually out here trying to manifest everything. And I mean, we have nothing else to do, so what best to do is promote yourself. Get out there and just be the best you can be. Not everyone is gifted or granted a great life that the rich people have and things. Not everyone has that. But finally, we can finally see, like, we can be on that level too. So what's holding us back? Nothing. It's just you that's holding yourself back. Because once you put those thoughts that someone else is better than you, you'll never be nobody. You would never go somewhere far, because you will always think the next person is better than you when they're not. Like, when you're in a competition, you should only be in a competition with yourself. That being said, this quarantine has taught me a lot. And I want to talk to you guys. Like, who do you want to be? Like, I want to be out of the shadows. I want to be someone popular. I want to be someone's voice who's never been heard. Because I could sit in a classroom all day, or I could go to work all day, and people still think of me as that shy girl, and I want that label to be off. I want to be the girl that's noticed as, oh, she did that. She put her name up above all. She is running a race with herself, and she's winning. Like, I want to be amazing. I want to be Aja. So who do you want to be? Many people can't say who they want to be right now, but it's all up to you. Who do you want to be? Now, to hype this conversation up and not be so deep, quarantine has also put a stamper or more on relationships. People come together like, oh man, I've been really feeling you. And you know, me being in school, they're probably like, oh, I never had the guts to talk to you. But now it's like, man, life seems like it's getting shorter, so I might as well just come over here and just talk to you. And people, they've been getting love. Some people have breakups, but love is falling everywhere. Even if it's not like relationship-wise love, it's friendship love. People are rekindling bonds that used to be good, and they're holding on to that, because in the end, we all want that little group, or maybe big group, or maybe that one person to be someone you take into the future and be like, I've known them since this grade or since this young age, and now we're this old and we stayed together. No one wants to be alone. And if you do want to be alone, you better have a really, 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 really good reason to why you want to be alone. Because at the end of the day, you could be alone with your dreams, doing everything you wanted to in life, but just being alone, not gonna be the same because you want to share that happiness with somebody else. And I mean, we've all been craving, like, this quarantine has really made people crave to do things more. Like, you want to crave to go outside more, just to walk down the street, but you can't. You want to go to the mall. Girls want to have a hot girl summer. Like, everybody want to do something. Boys want to go outside, look at girls, walk down the street, run, skip, hop. It don't matter. But they want to do something. But it's like Rona is stopping you. Rona is at your front door knocking, and she said don't come outside. And everybody's mad. Everybody posting memes on this and that. And nobody knows what to do, really. And you have all this riots. You have everything happening, protests. That's like real good causes happening out here. But it's like, in the protests, we're really basing it all to say Black Lives Matter, and that's what matters. Black lives does matter. But it's still like, once it's over, everybody back in the houses because Rona said, get back in there. And we don't know what to do. That's the thing. Quarantine, we just don't know what to do. We can sit here and say, oh, we gonna make a cake one day, do DIYs the next day, watch the shows the other day, and do this and that and the third. But we really in our head don't know what to do. But I mean, hey, kick back, relax, play your music all loud, do what you gotta do to have an entertainment. Do something. I mean, August is coming up. Well, talk about coming up. It's already here. And people might be going back to school. Some people not even going back to school. So people are finally having a little relief that we can step outside, go to malls now. You know, people like, shoot, hot girl summer really is coming back, you know. And, you know, they really are showing their best thing. And they've been on TikTok listening to all the videos. And they're just like, do you know you're Megan, baby? And they just gonna keep going and going and going. And TikTok has really influenced this quarantine. Because nothing to do, TikTok is your thing. TikTok is what makes you alive again. It's addicting. Everything is TikTok. You stand in the mirror and do dances. You sing songs every day. And it's just like, wow. Can we really get it out of our heads? Like, I can guarantee you right now, everybody knows not that bang, most definitely, because I most for sure know not that bang, because that's most popular. All these dances, I could probably do all of them now because that's all I look at, every single thing. But I don't want to go off course, or I don't want to be boring, y'all. But it really is been something that everybody would remember in their life, who's living now, because we've just been pushed into the hole, and it's just like we're getting forced to experience this. We're just sitting here like we have to go through with this quarantine unless you want something to happen to you. So you sit back and you just watch it all play out. And a good friend of mine, we always talk, and all my friends, we always talk about how God's gonna make it better. And even if you're not religious, something's gonna make it better. Time's gonna get better. And one of my friends told me, like, in the end, this is all gonna just be a memory. And that's what's gonna be soon. Everybody thinks something's happening this year. Let's not get started. People think the world's ending. Some people don't. But I think it's true. It might just all be a memory in the end. We're gonna continue to live and press on, because what else can we do? Is to just press on. Life is gonna continue with or without you, and it's just gonna keep ticking by. And you just gotta go with it. Go with the flow. Do what you gotta do. Rekindle those friendships. Throw away the bad. Go get a job. Do something. Discover new talents. Watch all of Netflix over again. Go get addicted to TikTok if it don't get banned. But go do everything you wanted to do and start doing it as things start to open back up, because you never know what life has in store with you. You could be here today and not be here tomorrow. So go do the things that you wanted to do in life. Go do those things. So at the end of every podcast, I want a question. And the question might have already been said in the podcast, but I'm going to say it again. And I want y'all feedback on it and what y'all want to actually do. And the question of this podcast is, who do you really want to be? And it could be the unrealistic thing ever, or it could be realistic. You can be like, I want to be a bug, because they get to go outside and live. They would get to crawl around and it don't matter to them. Or you could be like, I want to be the most famous person, like the baby or Megan Thee Stallion. Do something. Like, who do you want to be? It could be anything. So, that being said, I'm your host, Aja J, and this is She All About the Talk. So, I'll see ya next week.